Hello, hello. Sorry, 1 second here. Gotta grab the chats. Okay. Be all right. Man, taking like 2 days off out of the game. All right. Did a little bit of playtesting over the weekend. Found quite a few bugs. Nothing too crazy though. We did have one something that was kind of game breaking, but we were able to figure that out pretty quickly and get that resolved within about 10 minutes. It all stemmed from our attribute set, I believe. Didn't hear. Yeah, so what was happening was we were using get pawn for this invoker source controller, but there were cases where the pawn didn't exist, like when a player like died or something. So this get pawn was actually essentially crashing the game, but just added in a check for it, and all she wrote. All the other bugs were like very minor, nothing crazy at all. Added in a lot more like visuals and sounds to the game too, just for better feedback. Updated some of the older models too. So all in all, pretty good. Got a lot of things organized too. I'm working towards getting everything moved over to a data table, so we can organize everything a lot better. Today I really want to get the floating damage text under control. One problem with our floating damage text is if it gets like overlapped, it's super hard to read any of the text that's coming through. So I want to add like borders to it, so it's a bit easier to distinguish which number is which. Also, that's kind of weird. Yeah, so pretty much all today I was messing around with the floating damage text, trying to figure out a way to make this work a little bit better. And I came up with a couple different solutions, which I'm trying right now. So far, they work pretty well. But I'm trying to determine like how much spacing I want between like the lettering, which is what this is right here, this 96. And this probably needs to get toned down just a little bit here. Probably like 80 or something. The floating damage text system isn't actually UI. what we're doing is we're spawning in Niagara components or Niagara systems with custom textures. The reason we're doing this is because we're basically putting the load of damage text spawning on the GPU rather than the CPU itself. Just because there's a lot more memory on the GPU that it can process this with, because the flow rate is so high. With UI, what I've heard is if you use any like type of like widget components or like spawn actors, it's actually like way more heavy on your performance. Holy shit, can I aim? I think the numbers are a lot better now. A lot more legible. I think 80 is probably a good spacing amount between them. They definitely need like some type of like background for it though. I'll show you how the system actually works. So you can see here, this is one of the numbers that we have, right? What it's doing is, I put this down to like 10, something more like manageable. You can see that this is obviously the number 8. This is basically a texture that is turned into a bunch of particles. If you look here, you can actually see that these are all just squares. It's kind of hard to tell, but you can kind of see the lines cutting through it. This is just a bunch of squares in a grid, or a bunch of sprites in a grid format, and the grid is matching the texture of what we put into it. So, for instance, 8. The way it's doing this is by using something called grid location, and we're actually checking when it spawns in if the alpha channel is less than 0.1, meaning that the alpha channel on like this thing, so like all this like empty space around it, if it's less than 0.1, it doesn't spawn a sprite there, or it basically kills it. So we're kind of manipulating the sprites to only be alive if it actually fills a spot on this texture that isn't 0 on alpha. It's probably the easiest way to explain it. The reason we're doing this, by the way, is so we can scale this up. Because if I just use this texture, right, which is the easy way to do it, the material will stretch like crazy. And it also eats up a lot more space because larger textures, you know, take up a larger amount of room. But yeah, I actually did not come up with this idea. This was something that I found through searching on like the forums and everything. And some genius on YouTube, I believe, came up with this exact method, and it's worked really well. The only problem I have is with like overlapping. As you saw, like it's super hard to read damage indicators when the numbers are overlapping one another. So if we just have like a bunch of damage text spawning in, it gets really difficult to read all of it. So I'm trying to think of a way to improve on that. was going to see if I could actually do something where I detect the outer bounds of this texture and change the color to black if it's on the actual edge here. Actually, I'm going to copy this. See if I can actually set the color here. Let's just make a copy version of this. We can mess with this. And just go back to the original if we need to. But my thought process is to use the same method for killing particles to actually change the color of them. Make this outline. You have to put the sample texture up here so it knows what it's looking for. We get the sample texture. I mean, we can look at like any of these, right? Ooh, message retracted. I actually can't see the message that you put in. I didn't do that, by the way. I think that was like YouTube's like auto mod thing. Can I unretract the message? Dude, that or you deleted the message. So what we want to do is we actually want to take this channel here and compare it to get the color value. Can you scale the letters based on camera distance? That's kind of what I'm doing. I looked into using like the camera offset that's in the particles. But I wasn't able to figure out how to do that too well. So the method that I went with is actually taking the distance between the actors itself right here. And then I divide that by 500. The reason I went with 500 is because it's kind of something that I tested just to get like this scale to look right on the screen, and 500 worked the best out of all the numbers that I tested. You learned a secret from the ancients? What secret would that be? says be like a boolean. Here we go. That bool by float comparison. Right here, we want to look at the R channel. So what we're going to do here is true color. If A is less than B, meaning that R is less than 0.0, meaning that it should be black. But if we do it this way, that is the true meaning of a forgotten recipient from the ancients. I guess so. I'm not gonna argue with you. This is actually kind of weird that it is, sample texture pulling something from grid location. Ah, it is. Oh, this is kind of weird. Okay. So we have to set the color after all this then. Like that. There we go. Wonder why the oh, recipe from the ancients. That makes a little bit more sense. Wonder why the scale of the sprite actually isn't increasing. Oh, that's why. quo, actually. That's what we wanted. We have a bunch of sprites making making a number for us. Looks like 4 is probably the uniform size for it. You get into what, 5, it starts overlapping like crazy. The actual good thing about 5 is you don't get the shutter effect as much. Let's get rid of this now. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The border is definitely going to help make it easier to read the numbers. Sometimes you look like you want to murder me. Sometimes you look calmer than a Buddhist monk meditating. I feel like that's a massive swing in temperament. Definitely easier to read. I think the one problem now is see that? Also picked berries today, they were sweet. Nice. There's actually quite a bit of fighting when it comes to the numbers too. So we might have to like make something that pushes the numbers across the X and Y axis a little bit. So you can see like the most recent number. What I'll probably do is I'll probably have this be pushed back. Yeah, that might be the move. Put this down to 4. Try this out. Definitely a lot easier to read. Oh yeah, this too. So we don't want like these numbers to spawn if the character is like too far away from the player. So I wanted to actually move this out of the spawn function itself and move it into where we're checking if we want to even spawn it in the first place. Because this is like already after the RPC is called. So we already utilized our resources to send it over the network. But if we can avoid sending it over the network entirely, that would be ideal. Yeah, so we would want to do it like, this is like an early exit. So I guess we can check here. And what are we using for location? Target actor. Line of sight 2 checks for a null, returns false, okay. We're going to check the distance between these two. And call the early exit if we're too far away. This is like a hard-coded variable right now, but later on I might change it. It's not going to be often that we really change this, and 15,000 units is pretty far. Another thing I wanted to look into today is have more accurate spawning for our floating damage text, because right now it's just taking the actor's location and spawning it there. But I think what I want to do is actually have it spawn at a point of impact instead. So the way we would have to do that would be we would have to get into this effect spec context and then just modify the hit result in there. So we would have to do that on our spell. Will enemies get a health bar? Yeah, so I'm looking into creating a health bar system for the game. It's just really difficult because a lot of players and a lot of entities having like a widget above their head is super taxing. So I'm looking into creating a more custom like health bar system, and I want to see if I can use like Niagara to accomplish this. But I don't really have any sound results with it so far that I can actually show. It's still pretty early on. Had some fun picking them with my grandma. They tasted very sweet. Like 2/3 as sweet as just raw sugar. Oh man, that's too much for me. Way too much. Alright, we got that moved over. I removed that from our character function, yes. Get rid of that here. I still need distance for our calculations here. Yeah, but a big thing that we're going to be pushing for this week is improved UI, because I think that's one of the biggest falters right now in the game. I still have people in playtesting that are doing this, and like, oh man, I'm trying so hard to make it like implicit, but like they'll hold down like Q, and instead of like hovering and releasing, they'll hover and then click, like left click, and then release. I also updated a lot of the visuals. Not saying they're great or anything, but I tweaked them just a little bit. What other ones? Have to learn gas with Steven? Hey, good luck, man. He's a great teacher. I actually use his course for some of the parts in this game as well, just because the code is so clean. Have fun and take notes. I don't think Hurricane was updated. No. That was, Ignite was, Combustion was. Yeah, no problem. I think Firewall. Firewall? No. Probably have to change the actual indicator for that. It's actually blinding. I don't know if I really like the numbers too much. I might change these to something else. The critical strike like outline things also probably are going to either get removed or something. I don't know. Just testing out a bunch of different visuals to see what actually looks the best, in my opinion, and we go from there. Yeah. Alright, let's see if we can update the impact location from our spell. We don't care about updating it on base spell. We actually only care about updating it on... maybe we do. So just thinking ahead, like if people are standing in like something that does AoE damage, right? I think it would be a good indicator to show like, okay, the damage that they're currently taking is like closer to like their feet or like what they're standing in. And then if we're shooting them at the same time, we don't want those two things to actually like overlap in terms of like floating damage text. So I think we will set the damage location to where they're making contact with the model itself. Maybe I can make a function to do that update for us, and then we'll override it in the projectile version. So we're going to do that. We would probably put that down here. Let's see here. Set impact point. Not target data, it's actually effect context. We would be updating this with probably an f vector net quantize. Oh no, we would actually just be assigning it directly into the context itself, which that should do the conversion for us. Is there anything I need to pass into this? Not anything that's not already available. Let's see if we can grab our handle here. This is a t-shirt pointer. Man. The goddamn construction started up again. Alright, so what do we need to make this work? Go to our attribute set, take a peek. So we're grabbing the effect spec context. I'm actually going to uncomment this so I can read through it a bit. This was actually put outside. Oh, 1 second. So this would actually only be set on the server. The client, the actual like clients themselves don't have any authority to do this data manipulation that we're trying to do right now. So it's actually totally okay for us to try this. One of these is const. Both are const. I'm actually going to pull the context out of this and then set it to a new one. What is this? F gameplay effect context handle. Is this a reference? Hey, what's up? How you doing? Hopefully that message isn't like an hour old or something. Alright, so what we want to do change the hit result. Actually, there shouldn't be a hit result at all onto this. We should be able to just add a new one entirely. Okay, good. Sometimes I just get lost in the sauce. You know what I mean? This is where we can set the actual impact point. So I think what we do pass in here is a effector net quantize. What this is essentially a compressed version of an effector that they use to send over the network because it's a lot cheaper in terms of size. Can I get help? Can I get some help with my username? What do you mean by that? I'm new to coding, but would love to get into game dev. I have no idea what is going on right now. Welcome to the club. It's it's a world of constant learning. That's all I gotta say. But if you want to get into it, I have a Discord with a bunch of resources in there for getting started. And a link to a couple different courses that I took in the beginning when I first started learning. And they were definitely beneficial. Not sponsored by them or anything like that, but it's pretty good material in my opinion. Let's go. Okay, so we have the impact point, so it's the location of our hit here that we're going to be passing in. I want to read a comment here to let us know what we, or why we did this in the future. It's my second day of trying. Imposter syndrome starting to kick in. I'm shit at math, so am I doomed. And also, I'll check it out. Thanks a lot. Yeah, no problem. If you're shit at math, no, you're not doomed. A lot of the functionality and especially in like Unreal Engine that I've seen so far is pretty user friendly. They do a lot of the math for you. You just have to understand like when to use certain things. I think is the biggest hurdle that you're going to run into. I failed calculus and computer science in high school, so I'm doing just fine, I would say. So this updates our effect context from our effect spec. We're getting it from the handle? Yes. Let's actually be super accurate with the naming here. Updates effect context hit result from our damage effect spec handle to, or so it can be used to accurately give location data for spawn damage text. Mike, can't ride a bike, something we have alike. Okay, that makes me feel a little better. Yeah, don't be intimidated by math. Math is something you kind of pick up on as you're doing it. And there's so much material out there to teach you. So it's definitely doable. Coming in with the rhymes. So this hit result, right? We're not actually doing a lot with it here. I mean, we're kind of only loading it up with one thing. I don't know if we're ever going to use any of this other data besides impact point and V blocking hit, which we actually want to set to be true, because it checks for this. I'm just trying to find a good way of learning for me. As of right now, I'm forgetting a lot of the fundamentals. Yeah, it's super overwhelming in the beginning because you have an idea that you want to create, you just don't know how to get to that point. But the best advice that I can give for somebody getting into it is start with very small projects. And in like completing the small projects, you gain the ability to create more features. Oh man, you gotta love the bots, don't you? Bam. Oh, like syntax? Yeah, syntax is kind of weird. Like my first language was JavaScript, or not JavaScript, Java. And then I went to JavaScript, which was kind of a change because it's not an object-oriented programming language, which is what I was used to. And didn't really like that too much, so I came back to C++ because I was like, you know, this could be a lot of fun. And I haven't went back since. What's my handwriting like? Oh man, it's chicken scratch. Doctors write better than I do. That's why I type. Any other data that we need from here? Phone name. No. Hit object handle. Distance, all that shit. Yeah, I can't think of a world where we're going to need some of this stuff. Like penetration is for if you have materials that allow like bullets, right? Like certain bullet types or calibers to go through other objects. But we don't have anything that's like that right now. Oh man, that actually gives me a cool idea, but it might be harder to implement. So like certain spells have protection from absorption spells. Oh fuck, I gotta write that down. It's going to be feature hell, but it's going to be fun. Look into creating layered spell type. Through our spell absorption. Spell absorption. Actually going to highlight this too, because that actually sounds super interesting. I learned a little bit of Java a few years ago. Tried to make plugins for Minecraft, but got very overwhelmed and gave up. You're right, like me, Mike. Yeah, so I find the best way to stick with something is to find something that you're like really interested in making, and just kind of see it through till the end. Like, don't overwhelm yourself with features like I'm doing. I'm a hypocrite. But just keep trying like new things. That's how you learn. Mike, yes, what's up? Okay, I mean, we got this. We want this to be called when we actually have a valid hit. Apply initial overlap. So when we do our apply overlap event, yeah, this is where we would actually need to do this. Do I have to make more custom parameters for this function, or is there another way that I can handle this? This is where it's going to be used, which is the more important part. We have our return handle here. I actually don't know why we're returning anything off of this. Must have been something that I did in the past. So I guess we could actually change it right before we call this function here. I'm debating whether I actually want to call it like inside of this, because technically that makes sense. Or we can do it right before this is called, because we do need the impact point. Go Phils. Yeah. Are you shocked I'm not wearing the Flyers hat today, Johnny? Can't use sweep location because this is only really called if we do a sphere trace, and we need the location off the sphere trace itself for the impact. Yo, what's up, man? Long time no see. How you been? My teachers and family kind of bully me for my handwriting, so I just say I don't care. Fun fact, Johnny Depp is the first man to win an argument against a woman. I don't know about that one. The trials were definitely dramatic though. Good, currently waiting for a build. Grab your coffee, man. Depending on how often you cook your content, might be a while. New building machine is pretty good. Hey, there you go. That's what I need. I need a better processor, if anything. Hey, Confusion Wood, how you doing? Whenever the next gen AMD processor comes out, gonna wait like a couple months. See if there's any sendbacks due to like manufacturing problems, and if not, then I'm gonna try it out. All good. Doing well. And myself, doing pretty good. Feel pretty refreshed on a Monday, can't complain. Oh, you're renting it? How much does that cost? And like, what are the specs? If you don't mind me asking. Because I know a lot of companies that do lease computers for doing shit like that. Like they have like one job specifically, and they do it really well. So actually our impact point is going to be where our current actor is technically. Or we could use the actor Z and then grab the enemy's location. That might be better. Previously used an old PC, which was at my colleague's home, Ryzen 3700X, that's what I have. And around 40... Oh, wow. 40 megabit upload speed? Oof. And I wish I had Google Fiber. It is cheap, and you get 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Now we have a 7950X, 128 gigs of DDR5 RAM, 1 gigabit upload for roughly 120 or 160 bucks a month. Holy shit, that's not bad at all. Wow. Yeah, I paid for 1,000 up, 1,000 down, but Verizon only gives like, at most, like on good days, probably about like 870 up and down. I don't think I've ever seen it actually hit 1,000, and I mean, I'm hardwired in. Got the fiber lines and all. Yeah, so for this impact point, I might actually use the Z of our current actor for the spell. And then I'll use the actor location of the actor that we hit. In my head, this plays out pretty well for like area of effect abilities. Projectiles are going to have this an override for this though. Steam update upload takes around 8 seconds for normal updates. Holy shit. That's crazy. Full build, including Steam upload, without major asset map changes, took around 10 minutes. Did you guys build your own like patcher and everything too for the game? Because I was looking into that. Because the people I do like internal playtesting with, like I have to just like package the build, upload it, and just send them a link to like the Google Drive that I currently have it on. But it would just be so much easier to like initiate a patch and then just have them be able to click and run it on their side. From what I've seen, you have to make a custom application for it. Use Jenkins? Okay, got it. Yeah, I'll probably have to set aside some time before next internal testing to do that. Alright, we gotta override this inside of our... Actually, do we need to override it? This is kind of doing what it should. I actually think this would be fine even for projectiles. It's like accurate enough. We'll see. Try it out. Probably the easiest way I can explain what that does. Yeah, this floating damage text definitely is a lot cleaner to read with the borders. Uh-oh, what'd I break? Damn, we crashed. I'm pretty sure. Doesn't like something. Probably something I forgot. Oh yeah, wait, no, I forgot to remove the shit in our attribute set that I took out. Okay. Oh wait, I actually kind of need that. But not right here. Oh yeah, we also have to bug fix something, because I noticed that health percentage or health percent is actually not accurately representing the player's health. might have to change that. Because by default, I mean like integers, they round down. So they might be at like 0.9% like health currently, right? But the int is going to send 0. And then when this tries to spawn something in with that being 0, it's going to spawn in that kill text. So we're just going to have to change that. Yeah, what's up? Uh-oh. What else did I forget? Oh, am I not doing this on the server? That's very possible. Any idea why GameplayCues would work in editor but not in packaged game? I added the path to the GameplayCues in default game INI for the ability systems globals. Oh, so okay, they're working in editor but not in the actual game. Huh. Pretty weird. I feel like that was actually patched in 5.4. Don't quote me on that though. I remember reading about that or something relative to that. Maybe not. Thought there was something in 5.4 that got resolved when between like editor and package builds. Maybe I'm tripping. My whole melee doesn't work in shipping listen server. We'll have to check again. Yeah, I don't think I've ran into that problem before. Even in 5.3, I think my gameplay cues were working from what I saw. That's pretty weird though. Oh yeah, I'm definitely calling this not on the server. Where's this getting called? Thought I had something gatekeeping it. it's not. Yeah, I do want to keep this out of this though. I mean, shit, we can probably just pass in the actors here. It's not what we want to apply this to. Okay, never mind. It's a tutorial map character, whatever. Oh, okay. That's something like totally separate from the other ones, I'm assuming. One of those one-off events. Wait, did that say 180? Oh, okay, yeah. Oh shit, am I missing something in here? I actually do want to reset this. Oh no, no. That will reset the one that we're adding. Pretty sure. Hold on. Yeah. No, I want to do that. Oh no, this actually sets the... Fine. So to double check that. How's it going, dude? Going pretty well so far. Can't complain. Just testing stuff out today, seeing what I can get away with. One step closer to making my GTA clone. I put a hat on my guy last night. Nice. There you go. Progress. The Zai farming technique. They call it Zai. The thing I told you about. Circle that was sloped in terraforming. Oh yeah, right, I know what that is. Okay, you got the issue. Was it just something with like gameplay tags? Use scene component detached from parent. This function is deprecated. Use detached from component instead. Please update your code to the new API. Where's that at? 216? I'm gonna move this all in. But we're calculating impact point here. Did that for no reason, was just bored. Well, at least you got hobbies. Okay, we already updated that. Be good now. I fidget with this thing the whole time I'm like coding, but it keeps me focused. Do not care about the build. Where is the... Screw it, I'll look for it later. I actually think this might crash again. Oh no, okay, we're good. Now let's see if it actually is updating the context. Should have closed out of this, but we actually need this. Yeah, so target location is what we gotta update. So if we don't have the hit location correctly set, we'll just have a default for it. We need to pass in the hit result here. Oh, bro, I'm sorry, man. Your build is just eating up all your bandwidth, I guess. Connection's so bad. Yeah. RIP. me pass in F hit result. Let's actually just make a home for this guy. Visual Studio, I swear to fuck, do it again. When I hit tab, and you give me all these nice options, don't just close it before I can actually use it. Okay? I cannot afford to punch a hole in my monitor. And you know this, which is why you're taking advantage of me. Fuck, is that a pointer to a hit result? Oh my lord. Okay. You actually can be null. Not cool. Oh shit, yeah. Damn you. I mean, it's fine. I'll just test it inside. We're only using one spot to pass this in anyways. So target location equals impact point. I actually want to know how often we are using impact point. Over the alternative here. Be be able to live code this without problem. What is he programming? Right now I'm programming in floating damage text. So I'm trying to get the location of the impact for AoE and projectile based spells, and then have the text spawn at that location. Head out for now, see you. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, man. Take care. Alright, so we're going to be testing to see if it actually uses the updated impact point that we're providing it. And if so, we're in business. We pretty much would be permanently using that location. Appears like it is using it. We definitely have to make something though that stops the Z fighting. Or in this case it's not Z fighting, but it's more so like the vector between the target and character. That might be something for a later day. Alright, so for AoE based spells we should be using impact point. But look at this. Target location equals get actor location. So it looks like there is a point where it actually uses the actor's location for spawning in. Did for a while actually, not right now though. Is it because I hit the person with the projectile? I just want to recreate that so I could see what caused it. I fucking missed. Okay, hold on. Thank you. Take care. Have a good day. Thank you for stopping by. No, it's still using the hit result. I wonder where it was getting target location from. Or actor location, rather. That last one right there did it. So is it actually our other spell that's doing it? Yeah, it is. Okay, so that's our projectile based spell doing it. Which is ironic because that should have the more accurate data. Let's find out why. here, then doing the application. Yeah, what's up? Go to our projectile. That might give us a good indication. So let's run through the actual steps that it gets to that point, right? Pretty sure it's not stopping based on this. Here. Just checking to see if our data is null at any point here. Should be on the clients, but not the server. But we actually should measure if it's the server or not. Oh, here's another question. Why don't you send me footage? Not too busy, man. Too busy. The point of the channel is to stream and show the process of developing like a multiplayer game. And I got other like, you know, other stuff going on in life. So it's hard to find time to do everything, you know? Yeah. I want brackets. We only care about the server doing this part of this. Technically, we only care if the server does both of these. Yes. We actually might be already gatekeeping the clients from calling this already. I think I checked this earlier actually. Not there, not there. Not here. Here we are. Yeah, because so the clients have like a replicated version of this, right? But theirs is just for show. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't actually have authority. It's just a simulation. But this right here, I believe everything in here actually can get blocked. The way to do this is to check, see if it's not the server we just early exit. I think it looks better that way anyways. This will just let me know if there's some point within this process that a client is actually trying to call this function. Alright, let's see what is happening here. So this is when the blocking hit comes into play, right? Projectile hit activates the spell. We do that. Damage all actors in sphere radius gets called. We apply our overlap event. So applying the overlap event should call this. I have no idea what you're even saying, my guy. Sounds like you're arriving into madness slowly. Well, this is live coding. As I said, it finishes up. Alright, let me test this, then I gotta go fill my water up. Looks like we're gonna be hunkering down and doing a bunch of coding for the next couple hours here. Delving into this shit. We got spawn cast ability, handle blocking hit, detects what we hit. Then we activate spell, damage all actors within the sphere. We apply overlap event. Wait a minute, we actually have an overridden function for that specific spell. There it is. That's why it's not getting detected. So it calls apply gameplay effect to character, right? But so I was debating actually putting that function inside there, right? Yeah, I should. This one right here. Going into madness, save me, Mike. It'll cost you money. Man, generally I really want to keep these kind of functions though, where it's like apply and like they have like a very specific like effect. I don't want to like rope these in together, or like rope this function in here like this, because like later down the line some stupid bug's going to happen. I'm going to look back into this and be like, why the hell did I put another function inside here when this has one specific job, right? So I think I'm going to be a good person here and not do that. I'll just put this guy down here. This is like a very one-off thing. So I don't expect this to actually be a problem in the future. Do some live coding. Dude, you're going crazy, man. Are you still making your survival game? All right. We should be solid. Let's actually filter this out. Where's our handle damage? Nice. All impact point. Sweet. Now you can see there's a problem here. The text is spawning obviously behind the player. We kind of want the text to spawn in front. I was looking into this a bit. A couple ways we can do it. This way is what I originally tried to do, which is we go into the material that we're using and we actually change it from masked to additive. But this causes a problem, which you'll see. Look how fucking bright that is. It is unreadable. There might be a way to like diminish this or like clamp it, right? But actually I haven't tried. I still think it's gonna be like way too bright. Wait, the lerp is actually already doing the clamping for me. Why did I even do that? Yeah. Oof. Yeah, so additive is kind of out of the picture. Unless... I feel like that doesn't look too bad. Except there's no outlines on it now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do something that basically detects the correct vector to place the numbers. Right now it's like spawning on the other side of the character. Let me fill my water up real quick. Be right back. We'll dive into it a bit. See what we can use. Initial thoughts on it. We just grab the forward vector, possibly, of our character. Use that. Or we can actually use the actor itself that, or the spell that is hitting the actor, and we use that actor's forward vector and apply an offset to the Niagara system based off of that. So we have it spawn like behind the spell instead of like right at the impact point. That might work. Try it out. Save me, I'm using my last strength. Put water in the AI so it stops. Oh no, I can't do that. I need to drink water. I wish you the best of luck. I'll be right back in like 2 minutes. Alright. We're back. Alright, so for this location, we're going to go into where we're actually setting this. That's weird. Heard like a bang or something at my door. I don't think it was anybody knocking though. So come on now. Get actor forward vector. We will take this. Times it by negative. And do I want 50 units? That might be too far. Alright, during testing, we'll just do 50 units. So what this should do in theory is take the location and move it back 50 units from where it actually hit. So it's in front of. I can actually think of like one instance where this won't work that well, but there's a way to account for that later on, so we'll try it. But this should be the adjustment that we need for our Niagara system. And I don't know what it is, but like maybe there was like some part of my headset that just got slightly adjusted, because one side just feels like so lopsided compared to the other right now. It is driving me nuts. But as soon as I try and fix it, it just feels weird. So I'll just deal with it. There we go. That's actually spawning in front. But do you want to know a problem? Ready? So, man, we're gonna have to convert that to relative location. I didn't think about that till right now. So for damage over time effects, there's going to be problem of that. So the target actor, yeah, we're gonna have to spawn this on the actors like a location that's relative to them instead. So what we're going to have to do is probably grab the bone from the impact result. Are we able to record that easily in all the cases that we need? Not really. This is tough. What would be an easy way to grab the bone location here? I mean, my head just jumps to doing like running like a sphere overlap at this location to grab the bone off the player, but like that's just so much more expensive to do it that way. Best practice is to utilize information you already have access to. But we don't have access to a lot currently. We can try and translate the actor's location. So like get the relative location of this. But we wouldn't want to do that here. We would send this over to the other function that actually does the spawning. No, damn. Wow. This sucks. This is like one of the few instances where this won't work correctly. We actually would have to pass this in as a bone. Yeah, impact point doesn't work. Oh boy. So this is called in the apply overlap event section here. I'm gonna jump into the begin overlap. Just want to refresh my memory on how the delegate actually works in terms of like what data is it passing in and how does it acquire the data. This written down as this class. Okay. On component begin overlap. Go onto the signature itself. And go here, Shift F12. See where this is being broadcasted. So what I'm looking for is when they are broadcasting this delegate with data, I want to see what data they're actually putting into this. So other comp is the overlap info component get. I think I looked into this before actually. If B from sweep is true, then F hit result is completely valid, just like a regular sweep result. If B from sweep is false, component, actor, item are valid. I don't think we're actually doing a sweep here though. Yeah, this is like digging deep into it. I'm just looking, or I'm just thinking about all the possible ways that we can try and just get the bone data from an overlap event. Because there's two ways that we're applying this, right? Projectile, that's easy. We can grab the bone from when the actual movement stops of the projectile itself, but for like AoE abilities, it's a little bit different because they're static. Like they just sit there and they look for something to overlap it, but I don't necessarily believe that it is providing that type of information when a player walks onto it, because it's not, from my recollection, it's not from a sweep result, since the object technically is not moving. But I could be wrong. This is where it gets into like layers of like abstraction for like really unique quote-unquote circumstances like this. There's a way to do it, but like my brain just like says don't do it that way because of performance issues. Like I'm getting information about this overlap, but it's not providing me enough information. I could do probably like a single line trace actually. Would that work? And then grab the bone that intersects between the line trace. That might be the cheapest way to do it. Try it. We'll try it out. There are cases where we're actually doing a spear trace like this. So in these cases, we will just actually grab the impact data. Because this would have a like a bone that we can go off of, so that would work a lot better. But in cases where we don't have that, line trace is the way we go. Okay. I must have skipped over the function. Here it is. All right. Sit up for this. We want to line trace single by object type. Yes, because we're looking for a pawn. Actually, let me see what the collision profile for the mesh is. I believe it's pawn. So if we go into our character and we click on mesh, we can see what channel or what type of object it is in terms of collision. So here, collision, the custom preset on object type right there. Okay. We need a hit result to provide it with. All this bone trace hit result. Start. Probably be impact point. No, but this has a modified version of this. You quit. Don't quit. This like minus 50 is not great. So we'll just make the start point our actor location. Endpoint is actually going to be in target actor. I'm gonna use their location. F collision. Oops. Query params. Add object type to query collision channel on. And then what is this one? F collision rams. Oh, yeah, we want to ignore ourselves, so. Anything else we have to find on here, right? We ignore ourselves. Set the owner tag. Don't really care about that. me double check to make sure there's nothing else I need to set in this one here. No, I think we're good. Alright, so what we should get from this is the actual bone. So if we have a blocking hit, which we should, bone name. So instead of using this impact result, we can just pass this in instead. Is there a debug for this? We do want to turn on debug actually, because I want to see where the line is going. Boolean. Debug query, I'm pretty sure is what draws the actual line, but let me double check that before we compile. Oh, can you hear me breathing? Oh, no, you said quit breathing out of my... Okay, you're referring to yourself. Ooh, I have no idea who that is. I always thought that there was a the debug line. Well, that's what a debug query did, but I didn't see it there. I mean, technically I could just do a line trace between the two, but I think instead what we're going to do is actually just print out the names of what we hit. So we'll just start printing out the data. We also want to take into account, like, we only want this called once on the initial, like, setup of this. We're just going to grab the bone name where it's actually getting hit. Or maybe we can actually allow it to get overridden. Let me two-string this. Okay, that's what I thought. Prints out pretty much everything. Okay. Phone name none. Uh-oh. Oh, it's hitting the collision component. We gotta filter that out. Shit, it's looking for a specific component itself. Hold on. It's gonna be a T-ray, isn't it? Yeah, damn. Shit. Did I need braces as a kid? No, didn't need braces. Or maybe I needed them, but I didn't get them. Most kids do, though. Shit. This is kind of tricky. Actually, we can grab the target actor. Like that. Grab the component like there, or right here. Message retracted. Hold on, I think I hear someone knocking at the door. Give me 1 second here. Good. Okay. Nice. Okay. That is the bone name. What we're going to do is we're going to link to that. I don't think we're using impact point anymore, so we can probably just get rid of this. We will probably need like this offset though. So we can probably do a little bit of manipulation here. Yeah, we'll see if we even need it. The chair was challenging you to a staring contest. I don't think you can win that, I'm gonna be honest. Alright, so target location. Would be the target actor. We would need to grab their mesh. So this will take a little bit to get that. Socket bone by name. Bone name. Actually, yeah, get socket location. This is world location, right? World space socket. Yep. What we need. In hit results. Bone name. Yo, what's up? Sorry, just super focused. I also want to make sure that our bone name isn't set to none. Actually, what does it default to? That is true. I just have limited time this week because I'll be away. Not necessarily away, I'll still be working Thursday and Friday and Saturday, but I won't be streaming. Whoa. That was crazy. Hello? My Visual Studio just crashed. Yeah, that was super weird, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, but at least, like, the work is still saved. Well, most of it, I should say. Not all of it. It says that YouTube's not receiving frames or anything right now. I can't tell if that error is actually legit or not. All I want to see is what the default name of name is. So, you know what? I'm just going to go to the constructor. This is super weird. It's like Visual Studio is just trying to parse through so many files. It's causing the computer to just like seize. Yeah. my engine is actually seized up too. Do I have a leak? Whoa. That is crazy. Yeah, I think Visual Studio is like actually just like destroying itself right now. It's caused my computer to actually seize. Weird. Never actually seen it do that before. I know it like fucks up a lot, but like that's insane even for that. Wow. Huh, okay. Well, there's that. Thing is though, I need to do another compile, so I can't have it closed. I shut down Unreal Engine. Computer's probably gonna start smoking trying to do this compile. We gotta test this out, so gotta happen. The line is this: base spell 237 detached from parent. Where are you? There you are. F detachment transform rule. Keep world transform. Okay. Or not. It's giving me the option, but it's not allowing me to use it. Guess I'll manually type it in. Thank you as always. Okay, let's see if it actually updates to the phone. And there we are. So performance wise, we can save a decent bit by determining if the gameplay effect we have requires this kind of like line tracing. This, like, for burn effects, obviously we need it. But for single instance hits like that, it doesn't need to be a continuous thing. So how to determine that? Actually, probably with the context. The context handle, if we can actually check what the duration is. Actually, not get duration. There's like a very specific one you have to use. Oh, actually, we are oh, this is actually really tough because we're not actually setting the duration here. We're setting this when we're trying to apply damage, I believe. Let me double check that actually. For creating the effect here, is this where we're assigning duration? It is. Okay, never mind. We're good. We're good. I just need to double check that. Because if we didn't have duration assigned at this point, then it would be 0. So there would be no point in trying to determine if it needs a line trace or not this way. There is a get duration function, but there's actually another type of function for duration, I'm pretty sure. One that actually, here we go, calculate modified duration. This is important because duration is kind of deceiving in how it is. This calculate modified duration actually grabs the final version of duration after you apply modifiers to it. So this will actually have the true duration of the ability here. Maybe we actually don't need duration. Maybe it's the frequency of application that we need. So that would be called period. So this is how often it gets applied. If this is greater than 0, meaning that it is something that applies damage every X amount of seconds, then we would need this. So let's move this up here. That is greater than 0, then we need to do this, right? But if it's not, So I'm putting blocking hit false here because I'm probably going to use this to determine whether I need to do a or how to execute the next part of this function, which is the actual spawning process of this. So I'm kind of using the variables that they give me to manipulate and basically translating them into my own form of communication between the setter and getter. We need the impact point, which is this right here. I'm going to make a note of this as well. Okay. So we're still adding this bone trace hit result no matter what. And we're setting the context or the context back here. This spell forward vector is not needed until point here. So this can all get moved down like that. Now on the other side of things, we go to our attribute set here. We will get our hit result and set it as the target location. That. Comment this out. Yeah, so this will all get deleted after we test this out, make sure it works correctly. And yeah, we'll move on like that. Worst case scenario, I turn this into its own function to do this calculation right here. And this will just be like a default spawn that we give. If it can't find the character mesh, we can at least spawn it at the previous location character was in. Because that would mean that the character more than likely died and we removed their mesh. So there's options. Okay, that looks good. Do a compile real quick and move on. I actually probably want to move this check right here for bone name off of this line. Because like if there is a blocking hit, right, meaning we set something but for whatever reason the bone name actually didn't get part to be part of the line trace itself, then we don't want it to try and look for impact point here. So we don't want to return. We do want to probably, that's not break, it's shit. I remember off the top of my head actually. Not too often I use that. We still need to check this. Yeah, I don't want to do a return. Guess I'll use an else if. Yeah, so this would be one of the cases where we actually use this instead for the target location. Tidy this up. During testing, I just like to know when we're using certain types of target locations for this, so I can look for like any kind of like anomalies where we wouldn't have like a bone name or like a impact point or something. And it's really beneficial to do controlled testing like this where you can see it. Yeah, and this is another case where we would actually just use this else. We'd also want to know if our character meshes null pointer. Okay. Filter all that stuff out. Using socket location. Uses impact point. Nice. Okay, now for like an AoE spell. What are we doing? This impact point. Ah, okay. So something is intercepting it. An area of effect abilities. I think we're still printing out that string. Okay, here it is. Phone name none. No blocking hit. The trace location is like totally off though. Oh, wait a minute. Let's look at that ability and see what it's doing. Shoot. Right here. It's an instant. Okay, so if it's instant, that means it goes to here. But there's a problem with that because it's also applying an additional effect, which is that burn. We actually are kind of accounting for that, because we have something that checks to see if we're applying damage in like a certain fashion. Let's try it out. Thing is though, we don't want to update this continuously. We just want this function called once, I believe, per spell that's cast. We'll see though. Holy crap. Is that being triggered like... That actually was being triggered so many times. It means that the actor was running in and out of the spell mesh a bunch. We probably have to change the collision on this then. Actually, might be the way damage is applied. I mean, we have like the effect that we want, right? It's applying to the actual bone itself on those kind of abilities, which is what we want. I mean, that works. I gotta look into that collision thing, so I gotta definitely make a note of that. Let's see here. Okay. So I mean, like, the main objective for today was to actually get this floating damage text thing pretty much worked out. I mean, for the most part, doesn't look too bad. It looks like there's some like double application going on here though. I gotta look into that. I think it's only with the pyromancy spells that it's happening, because pretty much all of them apply a burn effect. Yeah, it's only with pyromancy spells. I think that's going to be it for today, actually. I need to do a bunch of research on the Niagara system, because I got to finish, I think, how many more visuals do I got? That 1, 2, 3. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 more visuals to complete the rest of the spells. And then I got sound effects to do. And then we'll have a pretty solid base for doing all the QOL stuff for UI. But yeah, floating damage text looks like it's pretty good for now. A couple bugs that I'll fix up, and then should be pretty much perfect. Yeah. With that being said, I will be streaming again tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. I might stream later tonight, depending on how much I get done, but we'll see. With that being said, I hope you all have a great morning, evening, afternoon, or night. And till tomorrow. Peace.